Welcome back to Wisdom of the Stoicism. Today we're diving into a topic that every one of us can relate to at some point in our lives. Times when it feels like life is testing us. Perhaps you're dealing with a situation that keeps repeating, or you're overwhelmed by emotions and events. But in the Stoic view, these aren't just random hardships, they're opportunities. Stoic philosophy teaches us that challenges are a way to grow, strengthen our character, and build resilience. Let's explore 10 signs that life might be testing you, along with Stoic approaches to turn these tests into powerful growth. Stay with me till the end for some practical Stoic tools to help you handle life's tests. The first sign that life is testing you is when you keep facing the same challenges over and over. It's like a cycle. You find yourself in the same difficult situation no matter what you try. For example, maybe you're facing recurring issues in relationships or struggling with a habit that just won't go away. In Stoic philosophy, repeated challenges are seen as essential parts of our growth journey, almost as if life itself is pushing us to learn something. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, faced endless challenges from political betrayals to wars. Yet he believed these obstacles weren't random misfortunes. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." To him, each obstacle was an opportunity. Rather than avoiding these recurring issues, he used them as a chance to become a better leader and a wiser person. If you're facing repeated challenges, try seeing them as life's way of saying there's a lesson to be learned. Maybe it's an invitation to build patience, learn resilience, or gain a new perspective. A useful Stoic exercise is journaling each evening about your day's challenges. Write down what happened and reflect on what the challenge could be teaching you. In time, this practice reveals patterns and helps you shift from seeing obstacles as annoyances to opportunities for growth. Sign number 2, you feel overwhelmed. It's that feeling of being buried under a mountain of tasks, demands, and responsibilities. For the Stoics, feeling overwhelmed isn't a sign of weakness, but a signal that something needs adjusting. Epictetus, who lived much of his life as a slave before becoming a Stoic teacher, believed that while we don't control every event in our lives, we do control how we respond. He famously taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Epictetus often advised his students to focus only on what they could control, letting go of the rest. This is known as the dichotomy of control in Stoicism. If you're feeling overwhelmed, try this exercise. List out everything you're currently dealing with, then identify which items are within your control and which are not. Focus your energy only on those within your control. By doing this, you'll likely feel a sense of relief, as you're no longer carrying the weight of things beyond your influence. This shift allows you to regain calm, clarity, and perspective. In Stoic philosophy, learning to let go of the unnecessary is key to achieving peace of mind. When we focus on what we can control, life becomes lighter and we regain our inner balance. Next, sign 3, intense emotions. Life's challenges often bring up powerful feelings, and sometimes these can feel overwhelming. Stoic philosophy doesn't encourage us to suppress emotions, but rather to observe them without being ruled by them. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." The Stoics recommend a practice called premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of adversity, which involves mentally preparing for difficult situations in advance. By imagining potential challenges, they believed we could better handle emotions when they actually arise. So, next time you feel intense emotions, try this. Pause, breathe deeply, and observe the feeling without judgment. Ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? When we step back, we create a buffer between the emotion and our reaction. This allows us to respond thoughtfully instead of impulsively. By practicing this detachment, you'll find that your emotions no longer control you, but rather inform you, giving you space to act with intention. This is the Stoic way of handling life's emotional tests. Sign number 4, a loss of motivation. We've all had days, or even weeks, where it feels impossible to muster up the drive to move forward. Maybe the things that once inspired you now feel dull, or your energy is so low that even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Marcus Aurelius, who led an empire and dealt with endless responsibilities, knew this feeling well. In his meditations, he often wrote about the need to keep going, even when his motivation wavered. He would remind himself, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." The Stoics believed that motivation is less about excitement and more about commitment. Marcus would encourage us to ask, "Why did I begin this journey? What greater purpose does this serve?" By reconnecting with the values behind our actions, we renew our commitment, not through fleeting enthusiasm, but through intentional dedication. Try a Stoic exercise called negative visualization. Imagine the worst-case scenario, what your life might be like if you didn't have the opportunity to pursue your goals. By appreciating what you have, you can reignite a sense of purpose, even if it feels small. Remember, for the Stoics, living a meaningful life means aligning actions with your values, and this dedication carries us forward, even when motivation dips. Sign number 5, increased anxiety. Feeling anxious is common, especially when life's tests feel constant. Anxiety often comes from focusing on the unknown, which the Stoics viewed as wasted energy. Seneca advised against letting our minds dwell on what hasn't happened, saying, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." In other words, worrying about future events makes us endure suffering twice, once in our minds and again if the event actually happens. The Stoics teach us to remain present and center our energy on the here and now. If you're struggling with anxiety, try grounding yourself by focusing on what's immediately within your control. This could mean creating a small to-do list of tasks for the day. By narrowing your attention to manageable actions, you replace worry with purpose, which reduces the power of anxiety. Another Stoic exercise involves setting aside a specific time each day to reflect on your fears, instead of letting them consume every moment. This time-boxing technique allows you to acknowledge and confront your worries, but in a controlled way. Seneca believed that by taking small steps to manage anxiety, we reclaim power over our minds, replacing fear with thoughtful action. Sign number 6, changes in relationships. When our relationships shift, whether friends drift away, family dynamics change, or conflicts arise, it can feel deeply unsettling. Epictetus emphasized that while we can't control the actions of others, we can control our own responses. He taught, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." For the Stoics, harmony in relationships starts with living by our own values. If you're experiencing relationship shifts, take a moment to consider whether these connections align with your current growth. Reflect on questions like, am I bringing my authentic self into this relationship? Are we encouraging each other's growth? The Stoics remind us that not all relationships are meant to last, and sometimes letting go is an essential part of our journey. Epictetus would advise focusing on strengthening your own character and aligning with people who support your values. If conflict arises, apply a Stoic technique called viewing from above. Imagine the situation from a distant perspective as if looking down from above. This helps you see the issue in a broader context, reducing emotional reactions. Stoicism teaches that meaningful relationships are those built on mutual respect and shared values, while others are simply part of our journey's passing scenery. Sign number 7. Feeling stuck. Sometimes life's tests make us feel trapped, as if we're in a rut without a way forward. Stoic philosophy sees this feeling not as a barrier, but as a signal for growth. Seneca famously wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." For the Stoics, stagnation is an invitation to reevaluate our paths and goals. If you're feeling stuck, consider taking small, intentional steps to break free. Start with a small change in your routine, like learning a new skill, exploring a new interest, or seeking advice from someone you admire. Stoicism encourages us to view challenges as opportunities, meaning that a feeling of being stuck can actually open doors to new insights. Another Stoic technique for addressing stagnation is to examine your current goals. Ask yourself, do these goals align with who I want to become? When we create alignment between our values and our actions, we often find renewed energy and purpose. For the Stoics, feeling stuck wasn't a dead end, but a call to courageously forge new paths. Sign number 8. Questioning your purpose. Life's most difficult challenges often lead us to ponder deep questions about our purpose and direction. It's during these times that we wonder, what am I really here to do? What matters most? Marcus Aurelius constantly reflected on his purpose, reminding himself to align his actions with his inner values. He once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that our purpose and character are shaped by what we choose to dwell on. If you're questioning your purpose, try a Stoic exercise called living in accordance with nature. For the Stoics, this meant understanding who you are at your core and acting in a way that aligns with your true self. Reflect on what activities bring you genuine satisfaction and what makes you feel most alive. These reflections often reveal where our deepest purposes lie. Try dedicating time each morning to review your goals, asking yourself if they reflect your core values. This daily check-in grounds you in purpose and helps you navigate life's tests with greater clarity. According to Stoicism, finding purpose isn't a one-time discovery, but a continuous practice of aligning actions with our values. Sign number 9. Physical symptoms. Life's tests can sometimes show up as physical symptoms, such as headaches, fatigue, or tension. Seneca, who valued the connection between the body and mind, believed that our physical state reflects our inner condition. He recommended balancing rest with discipline, arguing that a clear mind begins with a healthy body. If you're feeling physical symptoms of stress, consider them as signals from your body that something may need attention. The Stoics valued self-care not as a luxury, but as a duty. Epictetus advised people to practice moderation in all things, including physical activity, sleep, and diet. These areas are often overlooked, yet they play a significant role in our resilience to life's challenges. A Stoic exercise for addressing physical stress is the practice of mindful self-care. Dedicate a small part of your day to calming activities. This could mean meditating, stretching, or taking a walk in nature. By listening to your body and caring for it, you strengthen your mind and create a stable foundation for facing life's challenges. Finally, sign number 10, a strong desire for change. If you're feeling an urge to transform your life, it may be life's way of guiding you toward a new path. For Epictetus, change was part of life's natural flow. He believed that true wisdom meant adapting gracefully, saying, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." When we feel the call for change, it's often a sign that we're outgrowing our current state. If this resonates with you, try the Stoic practice of imagining the end goal. Visualize what your life might look like if you embraced this change. What new challenges would arise? How would this new path align with your values? Sometimes we resist change out of fear, but Stoicism teaches us that change is part of nature's flow. As Epictetus would remind us, we should embrace what we cannot control, especially if it aligns with our growth. Use this desire for change as motivation to clarify your goals, identify small, realistic steps, and let go of what no longer serves your journey. For the Stoics, life is a series of evolutions, and welcoming change is essential to our journey of self-discovery. These are the signs that life might be testing you. Which ones resonated with you most? Feel free to share in the comments. We'd love to hear your insights. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Each test molds us into stronger, wiser individuals, capable of facing life with resilience and peace. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Wisdom of the Stoicism, and join our community for more Stoic insights each week. Until next time, stay resilient, stay stoic, and keep walking the path of wisdom.